All right, good morning, YouTube. So, yeah, drive streaming and practice and testing. And why am I calling this practice? Because, it was mentioned to me recently that, yeah, it's dangerous. And 100% agree, it is dangerous, particularly when you're messing with your phone while driving. And so, I'm stopped at the Sam's Club parking lot right now, just finished getting gas. And the whole idea right now is just to practice doing this. And practice in the sense of, for one, not paying attention to the chat at all and just yammering away, so to speak. And getting to the chat when I have free and safe time available to me. And so it's 9:20 right now on a Friday morning. I am headed into work right now. And it's one of those things where I had a late night at work. Late morning getting up, and yeah, just getting to it and taking my time to get to today, which is fine. But yeah, would love to know who pops on, of course, as well. I am stopped and can read the chat, and so say hello. I will not be engaging with you in the chat until I get to a stop sign or traffic light, or am stopped, like in traffic, for example, like that one time when I was driving home from Hampton, the Bass Pro Shops, when I picked up all those drones from a buddy that was selling them, and getting out of the drone hobby. And it was a cloudy day like it is right now. So I am headed into work, and yeah, talk a little bit about this experience that I had on Thursday with my Millennium Falcon drone, for one. But yeah, drive streaming practice and testing, because just going back to the cell phone usage of my, going back to using just my cell phone for the live streaming. I mean, I had a computer set up here on my way to work yesterday, mobile hotspot to the computer to do the live stream. And while it's great and all, it's just super inconvenient to have all this stuff, stuff like a hard break, right? Now I got stuff all over the place, kind of thing. And so doing things in the most safe and possible way that I possibly can to do this, because I want to drive stream. But I want to do it in a way that's safe for myself and safe for others as well, because there are other people occupying the road, which is why, for example, as drone pilots, we have to understand that we share the airspace with manned aircraft, so we do things, and the rules exist for the safety of them, the other people that are in the air. Because the last thing, of course, is we want to do is hurt people, right? Hurt people on accident. So yeah, practicing how to do this. The goal, of course, is to, number one, not pay attention to the chat, or look at it when I'm only stopped and when I'm driving, or when I'm at a safe point in my drive to do so. Like right now, I'm coming up on the stoplight. I can look at the chat, and also not paying attention to the camera, because it was commented yesterday. Let's see here. All About Leave. Good morning. Yes, like number one. Excellent. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining me this morning. It is Friday, 9:25. Doing some practice of my drive stream. It's only a 20-minute drive to work, and I will not be paying attention to the chat. And that's the whole idea. You get better at doing things by doing things. It's like playing video games, right? You only get better at playing video games by playing the video game over and over and over and over again. So on this drive stream, I was at a stop. I was at the gas station filling up the vehicle with gasoline at Sam's Club, where it was only $3.07 a gallon today. I think it was $3.16 per gallon last week, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I want to practice doing this because I want to be safer while I'm driving and streaming at the same time. Because I think there's value to, for me, just talking and yammering away, if you will, while I'm driving. For one, it keeps me awake, not bored. I believe that it will also, by doing something like this, will make me more aware of my surroundings, because I am trying to be safe. I'm not messing with my phone. It's preventing me from texting and driving. Not that I do that at all anyway, right? So, yeah, just moving out, going to work, and I wonder if it turns into one of those things where I only get one viewer, and then people will watch it later on because, yeah, they're helping me be safe. But I'm gonna continue to do this anyway because, again, it's 20 minutes of video that I'm capturing right now anyhow. So in capturing my thoughts, and when I'm able to address any thoughts or ideas that pop up in the chat. But who knows, sometimes my commute into work is non-stop, and it just turns into me just chatting away. You know, I forgot to capture my mileage. And you know what, while we drive, no one can say that they are 100% safe while driving. There are distractions everywhere, like that squirrel, you know, that's not flying, right? But doing something a little bit different as well, because I've got this, I rolled up a towel and put it behind my back for a little bit of lumbar support while I'm driving, which props me up a little higher angle-wise, and I had to adjust my seats and my mirrors while stopped, of course, doing it in a safe manner, and making sure that I do this, that I, drive safe. And so, yeah, just like with anything, like I said, the more you do it, the better you will be at it. And so, trying not to look at the camera, trying not to look at the chat. It's tempting to, because at least it's not dinging every time I get a chat. You know how you get your cell phone ding, notification ding, you look at it, right? It's like that happy sound. It creates the good hormones in your brain. It's like, what do you call it, neurotoxin or whatever, right? So if you did notice, though, I am wearing my flannel shirt because today is Flannel Friday. We shifted colors from Aloha Fridays to Flannel Fridays when it got chilly out, which I think happened like the beginning, let's say of September. It got cold. One day I wore an Aloha shirt and I was like, yeah, it's too cold for Aloha shirt now. And I think it's gonna be a really cold winter. Last year, this time of the year, it was still really warm, but it's chilly at 64 degrees Fahrenheit out here in Virginia Beach. Today is cloudy. It rained already over the night, and I am about to get on the highway, so I will not be looking at the chat. I will not be looking at the camera. I'll be focused on the road. So thank you for, it was Tammy Jean that called me out, if you will. You say called me out, and I wouldn't say that you're calling me out, but you're being genuinely concerned for my safety, and I take that as feedback. And in Scouts, we learned that feedback is a gift, good or bad, right? Good, if it's bad feedback, and I guess it depends on how you take that feedback, right? But it's a gift. And if someone has a concern, maybe someone else has a concern also. It's like the whole idea of, hey, if you have a question in class, you raise your hand, you ask a question, don't hold that question to yourself, because somebody else might have that same question and they're just too shy or afraid to ask that question. So feedback is a gift. Thank you very much, Tammy Jean, for calling me out on it, but taking that on board. I thought about it, and it is unsafe to do this drive streaming while, to live stream while driving. Particularly because I was paying attention to the camera, looking at the thing like I just did now, right? And taking my eyes off the road. And so practice live streaming while driving without looking at the camera, without looking at the chat, and only engaging with my audience, with my chat room chatters, the chat box, when I'm in a safe position to do so. Like, I could pull over to the side of the road because if I wanted to read the chat, but I'm not going to do that right now because it is 9:30. I am into work, running behind a little bit. And I say behind because I like to try to get into the office at 9 o'clock to start my day and engage with my team. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. Last night was a late night. I got home by 11. I think I finally fell asleep by 12. But I didn't even get on the computer last night like I would normally do. Go home, eat dinner, But last night, got home, put my bags down, went straight up to the room, and usually I'll start working on my drone video. I was like, yep, too tired, because it was just a late day. So, yeah, I've only got maybe 10 minutes of drive streaming left. But yeah, we get better at doing things by doing it over and over again. And so the whole idea right now is just practice doing my drive stream, not looking at the camera, not looking at the chat. And so yeah, staying focused on the road. So I appreciate that. Like I said, feedback is a gift. Taking that on board, not having all this other crap also to deal with, because I had a computer set up on my driver's side earlier and mobile hotspot. That's, you know what, got complicated. Got the phone, just use that 1080p camera on the front facing camera, call it a day, because all you're not making high quality video right now. You're not doing a production. Now it would be different if I had somebody operating the computer, reading the chat right next to me kind of thing, and just talking to me, reading the chat so I could respond to everybody. And maybe what I could even do is just change the camera angle, so that you can see where I'm going as opposed to looking at me, because you don't want to look at my mug all day long, right? Maybe see where I am going. So I am coming up on Bird Neck Road, and I at least see the scenery, because it is kind of nice. I see a lot of videos of people just driving, holding their phone while driving. I mean, I've got my phone mounted, so it's not all shaky, right? And I'm driving the speed limit because it's better on gasoline, and particularly in this monster of a truck. It's not a monster truck per se, but I only get what? Let's see, what does my gas mileage say? So yeah, taking my eyes off the road so I can look at my controls. Let's see. 18.1 miles per gallon. And that's if I do the speed limit, or 555 miles per hour. Once I start to bring it up to, like, let's say the speed limit goes up to 70 miles per hour. When I'm driving 70 miles per hour, it drops down pretty good to, when I average it out of all the driving, like 16, sometimes 14 miles per gallon. So kind of hazy bright. So I think I'm doing a decent job of drive streaming right now. I looked at the camera once as the example of looking at the camera, not looking at the chat, not looking up at the number of viewers or the thumbs either. So I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you giving me that thumbs up. Appreciate you helping me stay safe by understanding that I'm not going to be chatting away. And it's crazy. I guess the first time that I did a live stream, 100% unsafe. I was driving and doing the thing, and there goes my car insurance, right? But not, you get X number of offenses, and I was doing it safe, in a safe manner, in the sense of there were no other cars nearby at the time, for one. But it goes back to the, it's not just safety for, me, but it is safety for me, number one, right? But safety for others around me as well. So I do not condone you drive streaming unless you can do it in in as safe of a manner as you can while driving and texting. Just kidding. Do not drive and text at the same time either. We say that all the time. I think it's against the law in some states even. All right, but yeah, doing things in a way that is safe for both you, primarily you as the driver, because you never know if there's a big ass pothole in the middle of the road that you have to avoid. And if you're looking at the camera, you're looking at the chat, you're texting while you're driving, you cannot evade, you cannot take action in time. Next thing you know, hit that pothole hard, it jostles you, and you are now in the telephone pole, or in the ditch if you're in a rural area. So yesterday was a fun night during my SeaTac Soars flight session. Myself and Joe worked with the youth again. I took group 1, group 2. We're on 3-man shift. Usually we have 4 where Joe and I can both be in the wind at the same time, and we got getting these kids flying. It's gonna be awesome. In December they'll have a showcase where they show off all the skills that they've learned over this 12-week period of flying, learning how to fly. They'll do a recital, and some of them will be able to even fly with others, and that is something that I've taken from my boss's USA hockey, curriculum or training, So they talk about individual skills, team skills, and rink, or was it hockey sense, or puck sense, or rink sense, or ice sense, or something like that. So I converted that, if you will, into the first two stay the same, individual skills, doing the skills that you learn for. Good morning, how you doing? Taking the skills that you learn, applying it to flying with others, team skills, and then tunnel sense. Tunnel sense meaning it's kind of like that spider sense where you think, all right, where is the net? Where am I in relation to the net, the glass, the door, the instructor, and my fellow flyers? Team, playing with each other, if you will. Knowing where these things are without having to actually look. And so these are things that we repeat over and over again with the youth, because repetition, will help the mastery of the skills, of individual skills, of team skills, and tunnel sense when flying inside a vertical wind tunnel. So backing up into my parking space, I'll catch up on the chat in just a moment. Oh wow, that lady was picking her nose. All right, good morning everybody. I got 4 people in the room, so thank you so much for joining me this morning. Truck is getting turned off and I am at work now, and I'll be going inside. Look at that, 17 minutes. This is going to turn into maybe 17, we'll call it a 20-minute live stream, because I am going to read the chat now and try to engage and answer any questions that you guys might have had. So Andrew, hashtag # borrowed. I don't understand what you're referring to, borrowed, but borrow away, brother. Your flying stream was a long stream. Yeah, the one from Friday night, that was 5 hours long, and I simply just started that live stream way too early. And I think that if I were to do that again, maybe break it up into 2 different sessions, but I started way too early. I didn't want to end the stream. I wanted to keep it going, for the duration. For some reason, I don't know why. I guess because I was having fun, that's why. Let's see who else is on here right now. Cool Cat, all right, thank you for joining as well. The pothole could take out a tire. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jason, you bugger. Indeed, thank you again, Cool Cat, for joining, and Andrew. Let's see, I'm assuming that you guys are the only two. Yeah, and Maggie is not with me today. She is at home with Mama. Driving around town, kinda, just driving to work, bro, Let's see here. Keep safe, Jason. I will leave for you. Just need to finish my homework from school. Yes, all about Eve. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate that this morning. Princess Vlog, thank you as well for joining. Yeah, Nguyen Vlogs. Appreciate you hanging out. Let's see. Jen say hello. All right. So streaming while driving, excellent. Keep safe. Yes, that is the whole idea and point to do this. And I've got this glare, so I have to move over to darken up the white letters. Yeah, that's a great idea. You can do things at the same time. Like number 1, Sir Jason. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so no, I think this was a good practice drive stream. Just going to work, practicing, making it happen, getting it done, so to speak, and being safe. Being safer compared to how I did it yesterday, or the day before, or the last time I drive streamed, or whatever. But looks like there's nobody else on, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, everyone. Have a great day. Close. Are you sure when to stop streaming? Cancel. Okay.